Hi all, welcome back to Prerana'S Institute of Arts. So today I just thought of making a video relating to the books which I insist to read. I'm sure I've not read all the books which I would show. I have 6 to 7 books with me here. So I have not read all the books, but I have read some of them, which I felt very valuable, very interesting stories. So I'm going to share it with you. So these books from 4th standard to 8th standard they can read. Even other age groups can read, but it's more interesting for the age group 4 to 8, 4th standard to 8th standard. So I'll show you one by one. The best book which I felt is Sudha Murthy's book. So this is a grandparents' bag of stories. So here backside you can see we have grandma stories, grandfather's stories, and here I have Sudha Murthy's Golden Wings and Magic Drum. So we have here so many books. I got this book and I felt it's very interesting. So during second lockdown I've got this book when I was in 5th standard or 4th standard. So I've got this book, and this book is also related to lockdown. So this I could implement it in my life, how to be engaged in my home rather than going out and playing. So it's all about that. So I'll just brief out the stories. So this is Ajji and this is Ajja, and this is Kamlu auntie who comes home with all these children. So for all these children, these are Ajja and Ajji, and this is the auntie. They're from another place. So they comes to the place and they all are interested to see TV and help, like motivating their Ajja and Ajji. So it's the story about that, where Ajja and Ajji, both of them, tell story to the kids. So very good story, very good book in fact. So it's Sudha Murthy's book create a lot of curiosity in me, and I like her books. I insist everybody to read this book. And next, the best book I felt is The Famous Five. So this is the series of Famous Five which I have read. Like I have taken other series and given back to the library, but this series I have took it for myself. 5 are together again. The best book I have read. So it's all about, they are Julian, Dick, George, Annie, and of course Timmy the dog. So including the dog, there are this Famous Five. So very good book. So Enid Blyton stories, I have 2 books of Enid Blyton, and even in my school's library I have taken some books from Enid Blyton book which he has written. The author, he is the one who creates very much of curiosity. Like he builds the curiosity in the starting, and in the ending he reveals it. So whenever he reveals it, we cannot even expect that could be the answer. Like that, did that happen? We cannot accept. So I'll just brief out what happens in this. So all these 5 of them here, there is another extra person here. So this boy is the son of the great scientist. So they go to the great scientist's house. So they're like they have a visit there, and they're with all of their friends. They're just doing a camp like thing. So he is a famous scientist who is very much interested in studies, and it's like a triplex buildings. They sleep down, and middle the maid all does the work. Up his father does the work, or whatever his scientist works. So somebody and in the camp where they are, there are the circus people there, and Mr. Wu, the magician. So actually he was trying to attract and trying to get some information about the scientist. So he was asking. So with the Famous Five, even this boy was there in the story. So he was asking more about information about that. So there what happens is the famous golden clock was stolen. I don't know how. They don't know how. So then the papers, very important papers for the next science project, experiments and all, he needed it very much. That was stolen. So and then the maid in the night, she was the one who listened to somebody who is going up. So they checked for everything. They checked for ladders. So they realized that no person could have done that. Till the last 2 pages, he has not revealed who it is. Then we say, wait a bit, how on earth do you know it was Charlie? So Charlie is a gorilla's name, a monkey's name there. He was the one who climbed up and who stole those, because they knew this because in his cage that clock was making sound, alarm, whatever the scientists kept. So that sound was there. Because of that, they got to know that it's Charlie the one who stole. So this Charlie was under Mr. Wu. So Mr. Wu insisted him to go and sneak that. So they revealed it in the last 2 pages. So this much of the book consists of curiosity, full curiosity. So they got to know, they had a clue because George and all, they went and they discovered on the Kiran Island 2 people talking about all this. So this way they discovered that it was that gorilla, that monkey which did it. Very curious. If we start reading this book, it's the best book I felt. I took 2 days and I was so curious that I felt to read more Enid Blyton stories. Next I have Enid Blyton book. This is a book from Enid Blyton, The Brave Little Puppy and Other Stories. So you have all of these series of Enid Blyton here. I have read some in my school, so I felt this is good. So basically I get attracted to pictures. It should consist of good pictures. Here, even though the pictures is black and white, I don't know why there's no pictures in this book nor in my Sudha Murthy's book, but I was very much attracted. Enid Blyton, I feel, is the best author in the books which I have read. So this book is also recommendable. Then this is the book which I've read. Goldfish Don't Take Bubble Baths. Oh my god, it's so curious. She has lost the key. She finds it all the way in the middle of the street where it's going. She lost the key somewhere in the middle only, but in the last that she found the key in the street. And they put some soap into the gold. So like they both taking care of pets, and the owner of the apartment gave some claim for them both to take care of the pet fish. So they have to open his door with the key and then come and take care of these 2 fishes. One is Slowpoke and another is Speedy. What is it? Speedy and Slowpoke, correct? So they both they used to take care. So they lost the key, and moreover they have poured soap in this. So very curious and very good story. Yeah, it is recommendable to read. And next here I have this big book, the Vedas and Upanishads. Whoever are interested in this book, they surely can read this book. So this book is, I have not read full, but gives a very good information about whatever happened in the latest 15th century. I've given a very good explanation about it. I've just read still yeah till here. No more I have read. No, only this much. Till this page I have read. So page number 177 till I have read. I still have to read this much pages. So I'm curious to read. I'll read it. The next book which I recommend is Experiments Relating to Fascinating Science Experiments. So this is my library book. You can see here it's marked. So it is my Carmel High School's library book. I love it. And the last time I took Experiment with Science, with space. In fact, it was also very good. I was expressed. This very good experiments. You have all the things in your home. I bet everything is in your house. And this beautiful thing. So this you can do with all the things which you have in your home. A cardboard, straws. That's it. It's so beautiful that you listen to very different types of sounds. Pan pipes. So it's very famous in Peru. So I felt this book is very interesting, and I have read till Echoes and Aesthetics, page number 34. Yeah, 34 I have read. And my one more book is with my mom. I'll make a separate video about that book. Except that, I'll show you other 3 books. So the next book is Light and Sound, Awesome Experiments. So very good book. So for young enrichment, if you want a mind to get enrichment and good enriching mind, this book is recommendable. So this was a gift to me because I won a prize. And here in the series I have one more. This is the book which I gave to my teacher. Awesome Science Experiments. Not this one. So this book I've given to my sister, her teacher. So she'll give me back. I'll make a separate video over. So this is Awesome Experiments in Light and Sound. I've not even started reading this book because I'm reading this book. I haven't read this book. Basically, I take one book and I try completing that book. But now I have multiple books because I'm also reading this book and I also have my library book. So quite a bit burden I'm reading. When I read during night times, before I sleep I read, and whenever I get time, I read. So next I have read till page number 13. So I don't know how this book is, but how much ever I have read till page number 14. Good, interesting. It's in the first only they are giving a good interesting story. So I didn't even read the summary of this book because I read Famous 5. I thought it would be something relating to that. I neglected it, but I'll read. So this book is my last book which I have not read, but I will refer this for other ingredients. So this book is also good. I didn't even read the summary of this book. Yeah, good book. So these are just the books which I recommend to read in priority, but there are many other books which give you more and more of knowledge. So my good inspiration was none other than Matilda. So who is Matilda? Matilda, the movie or the book Matilda. It's a movie, Ronald Dahl's movie. So I was like very inspired at such young age. She's bringing in the tray. She's bringing so much of books. It's bigger than this. It's so many storybooks she used to read. She is my inspiration. Because of her, I'm able to read all of this. So I recommend everybody to read the books because you gain more and more of knowledge. You may not even have 1% of knowledge without reading books. If you read, it surely gives you a very big quantity of knowledge. So recommending each and everybody here to read books. I end my session. Thank you.